Raza, I guess there's no other way to put it. No way to sugarcoat that. A horrible performance. The lowest T20 score by Zimbabwe team. There could be so many things going wrong, but what is the feeling going forward right now? Is there? I know it's early for emotions to hold, but has there been a reaction? Is there a feeling that's going on right now?
Yeah, so the general feeling is that everybody's in pain, everybody's hurting. But this is a time when you don't show emotions and you try and stay calm and find the answers, because the moment you allow emotions to take control, then you ended up breaking a lot more things. So it is painful, it is hurting, but I think it's a lot more important to stay calm for the senior heads, for the management as well, to try and find a solution and try and keep backing the boys rather than just losing the logic. And it's painful that we have been on the receiving end where we have made our record that we shouldn't have made. But how do you react to it and how do you go on about it, for me, is a lot more important now.
Yes, man.
From a fans' perspective, how long should they continue to endure such type of cricket? I mean, on Sunday, the way we collapsed after having been in a good position. 37 was 0 after 4 overs, then we fought for 50 odd. So the fans want to know how long should they endure such type of cricket?
Well, to be honest with you, they shouldn't have to endure this one. Never mind previously. All I can request them, they've been very loyal and they have been very supportive. We are disappointed that we haven't put our hands up and have given them good games against Pakistan. I'm not going to say that since our team is in transition, so it will take a bit of time, because I'm a big believer of, we keep saying that we're in transition, we keep saying that when we lose we are learning, but are we really learning? Because it seems like we keep repeating the same mistakes, and it's not like we repeat the same mistake after 10-15 games. It looks like the following game we do the same thing as we did in the last game. Nothing to take away from Pakistan as well. You got to respect the fact that they also have a fantastic bowling unit. They're one of the best in the world, but even against one of the best in the world, I don't think so there's any reason or there's any logic for me to justify the performance today. It is a sorry state right now, but I know we can turn it around. All we're asking our fans is to keep backing us, and when the ship will turn, you will enjoy it. It's a lot easy to turn against us now because we've had few bad performances. But you also got to remember, this is the same squad that have also made some very good performances as well. I think if your support is only going to be with us when we're doing well, and you're going to turn your back against us when we're not doing so well, then it doesn't work. This is the time when you actually have to show a lot more support to the team, rather than when we're actually on a roll and we're winning.
Probably the argument will be that it's the manner of the losses, not really for not trying. Because some have been questioning, do people really understand what it means to wear the Zimbabwe badge?
I think everybody in the changing room suddenly knows what it feels like to wear a Zimbabwean badge. But I said that not so long ago in one of the podcasts, that you're going to have to allow players to grind in the domestic cricket. If the cap is given too easily, then you don't understand the value of that national cap. We have picked the boys and we're going to back them, because I certainly do believe these are the best T20 cricketers we have in the country as of now. Guys have got 3, 4, 5, 6 games under their belt. So you're going to have to be a little bit more patient. And I can understand the frustration, but I can only urge our brothers and sisters and our fans that show a bit more patience and support, and we know we can turn it around.
Skipper, I'll take you back to today's match and say, somebody to ask you or anybody to say, what happened? What I know you want to watch video, you want to put so many things in perspective, but what would the immediate response to say, what happened today?
Since you have asked a very short question, I think I'll give you a very short answer as well. It's our inability to tackle spin for now that has been our Achilles heel. If we can tackle that better and understand that it's not just the big hits that count, it's a lot more grinding, especially in Bulawayo.
Having lost that advantage in the first T20, and what do you think? Do you think psychologically the guys were a bit low and morally coming into this game, that even made it difficult to try and attack?
No, I think when we rocked up, and even yesterday, everybody understood that to be 90 or after 11 overs in the first game, suddenly a game slipped away. So that actually motivated us, and we said rather than looking at the negatives, we know we are close. We're not too far off. It's just that this game has happened now, so it's a lot more important for me and the management to look after the boys now to make sure that this loss doesn't hamper our performance in the next game, because we could easily still be hurting for this loss and suddenly we have to toss and be batting, but this game is not out of our system, and that would only mean one thing: another bad performance. So I think what is a lot more important for me now is to make sure my boys are ready for the next game, put that behind us. I know we have lost, but next game, imagine if we win, everybody will forget about this performance.
Just to follow up on that, what would you be saying to your youngsters going into Thursday's last game to try and at least pep them up and encourage them?
Yeah, the first thing I'll be saying to myself that I have to take the onus and the ownership and the responsibility to be in the middle for as many overs as I can. I'm going to have to find a method where I have to be aggressive when I need to be, and I have to grind so that we can have partnerships, as myself and Maramani had a 60-odd run, 57, 56 run partnership in the last game. I think if we can find one or two more partnerships in the next game, that would help. When it comes to the boys, those who enjoy coffee, I'll try and take them out for coffees, sit them down, speak to them. You can always figure it out if it's still in the back of your head, and try and get that out, this game out of their heads, and try and keep motivating them that everybody backs you. I know there will be some backlash, as I've heard from you guys and from fans, and it's rightly so, but the beauty of professional sport is that we have been the chosen ones, so we should be mentally strong enough to take that criticism, channel that passion and energy and negativity into the right direction, and fuel that passion within ourselves to say, you know what, our fans, our country deserve better, and we're going to turn the ship around. And if everybody's thinking along those lines, we have a very good chance to turn it around.
Very last one, Larry. Larry, last one.
So I know you said you want to back the boys that are there, that sort of thing, but some people say, look, a couple of these guys have been struggling for a bit and also struggling against spin. And I guess with the punch and spin that is there, they say, is there a temptation to try something new, especially with Afghanistan coming in, having the same kind of opposition?
So Larry, I'm not a guy, or I'm not a captain when asked to try and change the squad within the series. These guys have deserved to be here, and I'm not a guy after one or two games I'm just gonna say, okay, they're not good enough. Because if we keep doing that, because we did that, if we refresh our memories, not so long ago, we did that under a coach, and I'm not gonna mention him, where we if I remember correctly, we had 27 debuts in 3 months. Because 2 games, it's not good enough. 2 games, and that guy's not good enough. So where do you draw a line? Where do you stop? Where do you back the boys? Because when the next guy come in, and the people who are saying what you've asked me saying, when their favorite guy or the guy they're vouching for comes in and he has a failure, because international cricket looks very easy from outside, and they have a failure, then are we going to replace him as well? I'm a captain, whereas we get the guys who are doing well in domestic cricket, in franchise cricket that is, when they come in, they must be given a proper chance. Not 1 game, not 2 games. They must be given a proper run so that we know if this guy is for the future or not. Otherwise, we give him 2 games. Before you know, we're going to run out of players, and everybody in the country has got 2 caps. So where do you draw the line? So I wanna create a culture where when somebody comes in, he's confident and he knows he's in a stable position, where 1 bad game or 2 bad games is not going to destine his career. He's going to have full backing from myself, from the coach, from the selectors. He's going to be given a longer run. And if I do the same now, the next guy who comes in is going to be panicking, because he knows that X guy got 2 games and he was get rid of. Now when I come and I have a bad game or 2 games, I might go as well. We don't want guys to be in that mentality. We want guys to know that I have scored a lot of runs in domestic. I have earned and deserved my cap, and I'm going to be given a proper run just like everybody else. And I think that is one formula that has to stay consistent for every player that makes it in the national team, because it takes a long time to get here. You don't want somebody to grind a year or 2 years, 20, 30, 40 games to get here, and then give him a game and then send him back to domestic cricket. If you have picked him, then we must back him. And I want to back all the boys that are in the changing room right now.
Thank you, Skipper. And gentlemen.
Well